What's up YouTube? My name is Pogos and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Savage Axis. Now this one is in the 270 Winchester caliber. Now before we get started, obviously I want to check to make sure that the gun is safe. I've already double checked, but once again triple check. And the gun is safe. So we may continue. So I've had this gun for now about 4 years and it's done a really good job holding its place as for a budget gun. Now obviously you can't compare to other guns such as the more famous Tikkas and everything like that, but it's a really good, it holds up its value for a budget gun. And I've been shooting this thing at about 100-150 yards and it shot really accurately, especially shooting through many rounds such as 50 rounds per a day, right, for a session just for sighting this scope. Talking about the scope is a 3 to 9 by 40 Bushnell scope. It comes actually stock with this gun, so it came in with a box. And this one, like I mentioned, is the 270 Winchester caliber in the synthetic stock. Now I've chosen it like that because it just personally suits my preferences, right? There is obviously the wooden one and then the camo one. They come in different calibers as well. But the 270, in my opinion, just does a really good job at penetrating at a really lengthy place for example, 100 yards or even 200 yards for deer, moose, elk, bear, like any sort of game, like big game. Just does a really good job. The 270 is a really good caliber. One thing I did want to mention for viewers, I've personally had this question myself, is why is the barrel moving or floating inside the stock? Now, Savage has done this for the purpose of accuracy. It just allows for better accuracy, especially if you're shooting 40 and above rounds and the barrel gets extremely hot. It's done for accuracy purposes, especially for 100 to 200 yard lengths, where the bullet's at its peak point or almost at its peak point for good shooting. Regarding the bolt itself, it's a really smooth bolt. For a budget gun like such, it's a really smooth bolt. Like I can just push it with a single finger and it would go sliding all the way. Now I do want to mention that I do take care of my guns really well. I do lubricate them after every single session of shooting. I do lubricate the barrel itself, the bolt, inside the bolt, the carrier, basically everything. I do a really good job at lubricating this gun in order for it to perform good. And I do want to mention that, by the way, this gun does take two things to get used to. And one of that is inputting the actual magazine inside the barrel, inside the gun. So I'm going to show you an example right now. Now you might think that the magazine is inside the stock. However, often people make a mistake, and myself included. So basically, this requires just a slight amount of effort to put it in more. I'll let you hear the click for yourself. I don't know if you heard that, but you do have to just push it a little further for it to fully click in and for the rounds to properly function inside of the chamber. And the other thing that I wanted to note was taking out the bolt from the actual receiver. So as you can see, I did that pretty quickly. Just something to get used to, and I'm sure if you have this gun and you've had it for a little bit now, you would already be used to it just by doing it. Not that much effort. And this bolt is really unique in itself. I haven't seen many bolts like this. This one has the Savage emblem on it, the Savage logo, as you can see, just very neatly done. And like I mentioned, it does slide back and forth inside of the receiver itself very well. And I will show you how to put it back and then take it out. So basically what you have to do, let me just get this in. So the first thing that you want to do is hold down the trigger, basically just press the trigger, and there's a little lever right over here. Just put that down, it goes sliding back just as regular. So something like I mentioned to get used to. Not too much effort, but like I said, if you have the gun for a little bit now, you would obviously have been getting used to it. And really great gun. Like I said, I chose this in the 270 caliber because it just suits my needs. It's a really good shot for about 100 to 200 yards. And yeah, it's a really great gun. I really like it. I do want to mention something else. The AccuTrigger right over here. So there are two models of the Savage Axis. One of them that comes with the AccuTrigger and one of them that doesn't. So the one that comes with the AccuTrigger is obviously adjustable, so you could adjust the length pull at which when you pull, it obviously fires. The trigger pulls itself and fires. So that's something that I wanted to note. The AccuTrigger, obviously the AccuTrigger is something invented for the shooters itself. It's something that when you're shooting, it just gives you a little bit extra time to feel that trigger when you're shooting. Just to feel that trigger before you actually take the shot, you press the trigger and obviously the bullet goes. Just the extra thing. I feel like it's a really good add-on. And yeah, I just really like it. I really enjoy it. And the gun itself, it's a really enjoyable gun. Something to get used to, only that two things like I mentioned. And yeah, great gun overall. Comes with the two swing swivel studs right over here and at the rear. Now this one doesn't come stock with the gun. I have bought this aftermarket. It's just basically a cartridge holder for the stock for the back. So it's really handy sometimes while I'm out there in the field. And yeah, overall good gun. I just wanted to mention thank you so much for watching. I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe. And till next time, thank you.